win a Super Bowl and all that stuff. But I'm real happy with the way my career went and the way my career ended, and with where I'm at for the next 20, 30, 40 years of my life.
I mean, was that? You always strike me as a guy with a plan. Did you execute it sort of the way you wanted to? I mean, aside from maybe you want to win a little bit more.
Yeah,
did you execute?
Sure. I'd say for the last couple of years, I've had some things on the horizon that kept me a little bit more interested than football did, and when I wake up in the morning, I decided I kind of want to do those things a little bit more than go to work. So I thought I'd try to fulfill those goals and be a good dad along the way.
The obvious follow-up is what are those things?
Yeah, first and foremost, just being a dad. Spending time around the family and just keeping us settled. We've done so much moving, just as a family over the last 7, 8, 9 years that it's great to be able to kind of buy a house and work in the backyard and know that you're going to be there for a while.
Any political aspirations?
No, not right now. Maybe mainly just family and business stuff, and we'll see what happens in the next 5 or 10 years.
You were pretty much in retirement before last year, and then you come out and you had that season with the Bills.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad I did it. We've got a 3.5-year-old girl, and this is really the first year she knew she was going to games and knew what I was doing. So that's obviously a thrill for any player to get to that point where their kids know what they're doing and all that stuff. So glad it happened. Had a great time in Buffalo, but certainly won't be playing at all this year.
How's life in Louisiana?
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. It's a lot hotter than here for sure. But we have good friends. We have good family down there, and we've made it all right.
Will it be, is it easy for you right now to not be playing? I mean,
yeah, it's kind of like last year. I didn't go through any off-season stuff, so really not much change right now. But certainly with my frame of mind, it's a lot different than where I was at last year. Just the finality of it all.
Are you going to be a guy who watches on Sundays? Will you be able to sit there and watch?
I don't think so this year. Maybe watch a little bit more college football and maybe spend some time with some high school kids around the area, and try to help them out. But other than that, I don't see football being a major part of my life here for the next little while.
Did you ever consider not coming to Purdue? How close were you?
It was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but that thought had certainly crossed my mind. Colorado had I'd been out to the Boulder one time and just loved the area, and all that stuff. So the thought crossed my mind. I see these kids still, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, trying to make decisions that's going to affect them, next, 3-4 years of their lives, and those are tough decisions, and I don't envy them.
Joe said that you had Drew call you.
Yeah, well, it was right during the Elite 11 football camp. I mean, I remember it really well, and it was a hectic time in my life, but I had good role models in my dad and my family, and then certainly coming here, the relationships I've made with Coach are long-lasting and never-ending.
Do you remember what Drew said?
No, I just I knew they were both good schools, and I think it was just one of those situations where I committed my junior year, and whenever you have somebody telling you how good you are, it's always fun to go and listen some more, So I think that's all it was.
Did you go as far as to decommit from Purdue, or did it not quite reach that point?
It never reached that point.
Yeah.
Did they always tell you how good you were in the NFL?
No, and that's fine. I've learned a lot through my career. I've learned a lot, through football, and hopefully I can, like I said, take that in the second half of my life.
Do you just have to maximize your career in the NFL? Not just from you didn't win a championship, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was times along the way that I thought I couldn't make it no more, and persevered and all that good stuff, and. Anytime I think you make it, 9-10 years in the league, it's going to sneak by, things can sneak by, for a while. But played on a lot of teams, played with a lot of great teammates. I think they all held me in high regard as a teammate. That's kind of what I was looking for.
Did you learn a lot about yourself going through the years that you went through?
Yeah, you do. You learn a lot about yourself, your friends, your family. And it's not all hard, I mean, I think the easy way is just to always talk about how hard it is. I had a lot of fun along the way, have a ton of great friends along the way, and, I'll miss it a little bit, but probably look forward to making more of those relationships and missing it.
What did you learn about yourself?
life's hard, you know, that you got to persevere, but you know, I think sometimes you got to know how to handle success too. I think you know, everybody talks about perseverance and you know, hard work and all that stuff, but knowing how to handle success is probably you know, just as important.
What goes through your mind when you pull back on campus? What memories?
A lot's changed, and looks like they still give out a lot of parking tickets. So outside of that, I don't know if anything's changed.
Did you get one already?
No, not yet. Well, it seems like there's no parking around here. It seems like it's easy to get still.
Do you have a favorite memory when you come back on campus? Is there a memory that just sticks out right away? Something, one big thing that comes
you
back?
know, I mean, no, not one thing. Not one thing at all. You know, just relationships and you know, teammates and stuff like that. I'm still good friends with a lot of them. Still talk to a lot of them, and it's great.
Just your relationship with Joe. I mean, is it as strong as it's ever been?
I don't think it's much changed. You know, I value his opinion and his mentorship as much as anybody. And you know, certainly outside of my dad, he's had more of an influence on me than anybody. You know, so value his conversation. Still look forward to him, and still have fun with him.
When you were making your decisions a year ago, did you bounce anything off him a little
No,
bit?
I think he knew where I was at. You know, just you know. You know, he came to a lot of my games when I was in Denver, you know, when he was out in Wyoming. So, you know, we've had plenty of conversations, and I think he knew where my mindset was.
You're already got his beard.
Looks great. Looks great.